Hello, viewers, and welcome back to the Renewalism Show. It's so nice to have you looking at renewal as an option. We're talking about renewal of human consciousness. We're talking about renewing this planet with you and me in it. We're talking about a book which starts all of this, a book titled Renewal, written by me but guided by Guru Pranachandra, an energy form that used me as a medium to actually navigate humanity through how just 30 habits, it just takes 30 habits to renew this entire planet. And we've seen a lot of these habits being executed in the last few months by humans. And we've seen that that has resulted in positive changes in the planet. I could rest my case about why this book is needed simply by the results that the coronavirus and the changing of human consciousness as a consequence has manifested. We have witnessed it. But I want to use this episode to delve deep, dig really deep into what these habits are and why they make a difference. This book is needed because we are the only people with the level of consciousness on this planet who can change it for the worse or for the better. What we have done without any specific direction has taken us into the category where we could say we are going into the worst. In fact, we are, with rising personal illnesses, social disintegration, environmental degradation. On all fronts, there is decay, moral decay, societal decay. And while that is very disturbing, the good news is that this book, Renewal, it lists out these 30 habits that can reverse this. It can reverse this at an individual level, at a personal level, through self renewal, at a social and relational level with others and with the planet and with other species through symbiotic renewal. And through systemic renewal, we are the drivers of change. We're the drivers of change of the man made systems that are bringing us down. So, that said, I intend to read these habits to you one by one and also relate the habit with a speaker who you would find on our playlist. In the month of June, this book was released in June, so all the 30 days of June, I had 30 speakers from 8 different countries. Um, they were each one addressing a specific habit on how to bring it to you in all its practical forms. They are experts or they are practitioners, and they have understood the book and the context through the reading of it and through our discussions. And before you live every night on the Renewalism Show, we've had them share how they have applied that habit or would urge others or have trained others to apply in their lives. So that said, let me get to the book. And if you want to get to the book, it's available on Amazon. You can get a paperback. Just type Renewal Planet in Amazon because renewal is too general a word. Even your insurance requires renewal. Renewal Planet or Renewal Sandeep, and you will get it right on top. It's a prime delivery at 299 rupees, or you could head across if you'd like an e-copy to renewalism.com. And let me also display for those of you who are joining in today what renewalism as a movement stands to become. Yesterday, we spoke a little about this movement, so you could refer to yesterday's episode also. But as we go on, I would invite you to actually go to renewalism.com, get a hang of how big this can be, and be a part of it. So, why does the world need this book? Let me read the back cover for you. Right? Is the human race is the human race conclusively set for self-annihilation? As futurists prophesize, are we only decades away from extinguishing the planet? Or are we capable of changing this trajectory because of what you start on today. Renewal is about how each one of us can renew ourselves at a mind, body, spirit level, renew our society and our environment, and renew the systems we operate with. As of 2020, renewal is critical because it is our laxity that has led to the current state of rising personal illness, mindless lifestyles, social degradation, environmental degeneration, and overall moral decay. Written to serve as a practical guide for everyone's day to day karma, renewal is set in the lives of our modern day family. It is strung together by the charismatic Guru Pranachandra, whose discourse drives home the vital message that the world is a mere 30 habits away from renewal. Adopters of these habits will be the future renewalists, who could well outnumber the vegans, Buddhists, technologists, and Catholics in times to come. And it is these renewalists who hold the key to saving the world from annihilation. I wish you were one of those renewalists. You really do hold the key. Yesterday's episode, we talked of how this symbol of renewal is, it has a key right in the center, and that's the one you hold. There are 30 habits, as I mentioned, and I'm going to read to you and give you a little context of each one of them because that's what the world needs today. Self renewal. It starts with your morning. Smile inside and stretch while you laze in bed. Very powerful, self energizing, and self healing process, which can be done before you get out of the bed. So it's just 2, 3, 4 minutes between when your alarm clock rings and you decide to actually pop into the bathroom or wherever. Habit two, breathe consciously for 30 seconds every couple of hours. The power of revitalizing yourself every couple of hours through breath is awesome. I do it. I know many people who have gained a lot doing this. I know a lot of monks who do it. And it's very logical and very easy to understand that if that life force which comes from the breathing, you stop breathing, there's no life anymore. If that life force is revitalized on purpose, mindfully, you could be as energetic at 10 in the morning as you are at 10 in the night. Three, stay in harmony. Keep invoking the parrot. Now, the parrot is a very interesting tool which Guru Pranachandra speaks of in great detail. And you will learn about this tool. But it brings you into alignment of body, mind, and spirit, harmony. And once you're in harmony, you cannot be stressed. So it's great for keeping a lot of stress related diseases at bay because that's the current lifestyle. Stress related, no, lifestyle related disorders. That's what they say for stress, right? And that results in everything that takes you to the doctor, practically. Four, get efficient and stress free with Qigong. The Qigong is another practice which we've had at least 3 episodes on from a practitioner, a beneficiary, and a coach, and an energy master. Because it's something I practice too. I'm a Qigong teacher, and I found the results in reverse aging, in just feeling high levels of immunity and knowing that you are good from the inside. It really helps you connect with your inner power. So it's recommended, and what do you do about it? Why it is good for efficiency and stress? It's talked of. Enhance control with pace awareness, PAC, four alphabets that can completely change relationships for you. In fact, Guru Pranachandra, there's a line where he says that this is worth a library of relationship advice books. So just check it out. Six, invoke gratitude, independent of circumstances. We've had a couple of episodes, one by Dave Crane on gratitude and on blessings, on the importance of that in changing your circumstances. It's really powerful, really awesome. Cut object dependency. very, very interesting approach to minimalistic living, which we have kind of started on thanks to the coronavirus. We sort of understand that the more we minimize our consumerism, the better it is for us. And what's good for us, it becomes good for everybody. Be the change you want to see in the world. 8. Invest your energy with someone younger. Now, we had a very interesting discussion with a startup mentor. He's a coach of business startups, and he's also the father of a teenager. And it's very interesting the kind of principles and the kind of feedback that you get from uh, this habit. The principles of what you can learn from someone younger, and how it's a two-way exchange, an exchange that literally is going to save the planet because the planet lies with the youngers. Organize and recount your day vis-a-vis your purpose. The importance of purpose is laid out by Guru Pranachandra way early in his talk, much before he embarks on the habits. Purpose is everything, because if you don't have a reason to do things, you will do nothing. And if you don't do anything, you will stay where you are, and that's no good for you or for anybody else. So you could start with a purpose. To read the book could be your first purpose, but you could start with a purpose thereafter with the thoughts here, and completely in a short span of a few weeks see that change being noticed by your peer group, and make changes in your peer group and in all of society in months. That's it. Start. And number 10 on self renewal, as we move from the morning to the night, is acknowledge blessings and visualize your future. The power of visualization, the power of um, creating and co creating with energy what you really want to see on this planet. Immense. Moving to symbiotic renewal, the first habit is kind of enigmatic. Carry your stuff. We had a very interesting interview with a lady who's got her entire family practically in the armed forces, and she's been a homemaker with a responsibility to set up house practically every 3 years, because that's the average span of any posting before an army man gets transferred to another place. How important it is to take responsibility, to carry your stuff, your responsibility for your mind, for your body, for your belongings, and for how you are perceiving yourself in your ecosystem. Carry your stuff. It also goes into very, very practical and day to day stuff, like carrying your stuff that you buy from a shop. Take a carry bag. Don't ask for one. Carry a bag. Don't ask for a carry bag. Second, fortify your diet with consciousness. An excellent episode on this by an ambassador of veganism. Not that this book is preaching veganism, but it is a great movement, much like renewalism, which has been affected in a few decades, and it has resulted in changes across a large cross section of people. Consciousness changes and lifestyle changes. Now, that's for animals. This is for ourselves. This is for saving our own extinction, for God's sake. It's important. 3, share your Qigong routine with the community. Now, Qigong is an energy exchange. So, when you do it with your community, you create better relationships. You change energy environments. And it's what is the starting point of making that change across larger environments, the planet. The 30th episode was on the fourth habit: ventilate, travel, mingle. If you're looking for an episode to start with the 30th. because it was so interesting. If you scientifically minded, it connects science and consciousness, and it brings out these three rather disparate words: ventilate, travel, and mingle together into how your inner and outer worlds relate with each other. Good starting point, especially now that you're not traveling outwards thanks to the lockdowns and the restrictions imposed. Travel inwards. That's what's advised. Follow the 10-minute rule for power and water. There is a 10-minute rule, and you want to read about it. You want to listen to Gagan Garg, a solar expert, talk about it. He is on episode number 8, if I remember right, and the playlist is in the order of the days. So you know the day number, you know the episode number, right? He talks about solar power as not being the solution to everything. Very interesting. Buy concentrates. How does that impact you in reducing the plastic footprint? How does that impact industry? Hotel industry is way ahead of the game, and we have a hotel expert speaking about this. 7, plant trees, gift plants, gift services. We engage in a very interesting discussion on how packaging waste is, it just takes a change of our behavior to change all of that. And the founder of sustainabilityzero.com was on this show to tell us how critical that habit is for sustainability in general. 8, 9, 10 are 3 habits related to the body, mind, spirit, and tidying them up. Tidy up space and maintain it. Tidy up time and maintain it. Tidy up energy of body, speech, and mind. Speaking of energy, which is the most subtle and confusing one, you can understand how you tidy up space and time, mind, perhaps maybe go through the book for more. But when we're talking of tidying up energy, we get it from source. We had a Tibetan monk. uh, he's been a monk for about close to 20 years, who spoke about Buddha's view on energy, and that's where the body, speech, and mind paradigms come from. Really powerful. Systemic renewal. 1, write a renewal message every day. Now, this is akin to what this guy did in the Shawshank Redemption movie. He wrote letters for 600 days till the authorities had to give in. Every authority, whether it's governance, whether it's policy, whether it's pollution, whether it's medicine, whether it's schooling, they will give in to good logic coming from a human being with the right heart. And that is what you want to start doing, right? Renewal messages. Shekhar, who's the key character among the fictional characters on the fiction track, did that. And there was an entire fiction track built around that, all right? Which would become a non-fiction, real track with you doing it. Take a systemic decision every month. Yes, as a homemaker, you can decide. As a manager, you can decide. As a professional, you can decide. As a business owner, you can decide. As a student, you can decide to take a decision and follow the decision for a month. A decision that changes a little system, as mundane as deciding a breakfast menu if you have already fortified your consciousness with on your diet, so that's what it said: fortify your diet with consciousness. So if you've already fortified your diet, you could start systemic practice there, and you see how it rolls out. It's going to be amazing. Explore homeschooling for a while. Now, real education, and we had the founder of realeducation.com on the show, is about how you prepare for the world that schools and colleges are don't even have plan to prepare you for. Changes are so dynamic. You have to understand how dynamic schooling works. Syllabus cannot be dynamic, but processes that you engage in with the right guides, mentors, coaches can be. And that's what real education is about. And that's what you can start exploring. The habit is to urge you to explore. Value consciousness over gains. My, this is a big topic. In fact, this is episode 5, and this is the only time where Guru Pranachandra says that I'm going to talk about a habit which might be outside your comfort zone. But it's only outside your comfort zone that you would grow because your conscience and gains are often at cross purposes. The whole question of morality comes in with something like that. We have a solution and a case study and an interview. So listen to that conversation. Meet elders often. A phenomenal, short but phenomenal habit. Discussed in detail with Naeem Khan, who's got a phenomenal personal story to tell on one of the episodes. Learn a new language. The amount of correlation that a language has to your personal growth and the growth of mindfulness inside you was brought about by Maria on that episode. You must dig deep into that one and learn a new language. Why? She explains, the book explains, it's very, very important to growth and to relationships and to communication. Speaking of which, use the internet, but connect humanly. That communication, that connection that happens at a human level cannot be outweighed by technology. But the internet is good. But how do you use it? How do you use it in spite of fix? We talk about it. Keep your vehicle perfect if you must keep it. Because you've got the vehicles off the roads and you've seen the impact on the air. So why regress into something that is controllable? Simple. Reduce dependence on medicines and doctors. Really. The episode is titled Western Medicine, Your First or Last Recourse. And the eminent chief of administration of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences had the humility to agree that it is not the first recourse, which it has been made out to be because we are putting our lifestyle in somebody else's hands. We've got to take our lifestyle in our hands. Medicine was not built for lifestyle disorders. Wellness is, but you've got to get into it yourself. Self regulation. And finally, the 10th habit on systemic renewal, the 30th habit in the book, is recycle, reuse, refurbish, regenerate, and regrow. It's all about growth, it's all about renewal. Your growth lies in the growth of plants in your balcony, in the growth of your mind, in the growth of your relations around you, which is what this entire change is about. You can recycle stuff, you can reuse stuff, and there are clues because you have a great mind which has just to take a clue and run with it way beyond the scope of where this book can go. But this book is needed because these things are going to trigger that in you to do it. Let's do it together. Subscribe to this channel. I keep coming back every day with an episode. We had these 30 episodes all of June, and today we're on the 2nd of July. Tomorrow, I will have an episode of a reading from the book so that this whole concept of Guru Pranachandra and what he brings to the table, what his talk was all about, can be understood. And I would actually use that episode as a book reading and familiarize you with the talk that started it all. So please subscribe to the channel and to the notification so that you get a ping before 9 tomorrow. We will be on the show, same page, same channel at 9. See you. Have a great evening till then. Bye.